Hello Aries, this is your forecast, Aries Sun and Aries Rising for November of 2013. November the 3rd, we have a solar eclipse, big event. It's happening in your 8th house, which is to do with finance, money, and as you can see, there's a lot going on for you Aries in this house of money and finance. Now the 8th house, when we have the Sun, Moon, Saturn and Mercury here, and Mercury is also retrograde for the first 10 days of this month, this is going to be a wonderful time for reconsidering your financial situation. Do you need to create a new budget? Do you need to negotiate with a mortgage company? Do you need to change mortgage company? Do you need to sort out some insurance, some tax? Do you need to pay down some credit cards? This Mercury is going to trigger all these thoughts. For the first 10 days of the month, I would really recommend that you don't make any major financial decisions if you can possibly help it. It's a wonderful time for researching, for finding out as much information as you can about your situation and what the options are out there, but I wouldn't sign important contracts or partnerships or agreements for the first 10 days of the month. Wait until Mercury goes direct, and then it's going to be much clearer and much easier. The main thing is that if you have to do something during a Mercury direct, is try to check it 100 times over, because there's a possibility that when Mercury goes direct, you may have to repeat something or something got missed off. So this solar eclipse happening for you on the 3rd of November, eclipses can have an effect for up to 6 months afterwards, and they tend to affect the two houses that are being triggered here. There's always an opposite house triggered. In astrology, always Aries and Libra, we're opposites. So Aries is me, myself, let's start new things, and Libra, your opposite sign, is let's share. I want to share the things that I've learned. Let's do things together. Let's meet up. So Aries very often has a flavour of Libra to them, and Libra too have a flavour of Aries as well. So I always take particularly the eclipses in pairs. So for you, it's your 2nd and 8th houses, which is everything to do with your values. What's important to you? If family is important to you, are you getting enough time with them? If your career is important to you, are you really looking at various other options? Are you looking at maybe relocating? Do you need to relocate out of where you're living because there aren't enough opportunities for you in the career that you're in now, in the location you're in? So it's very much about looking at your values. And on the first 5 days of the month, we've got Venus in your 9th house, and so this is good for planning travel. I'm not saying that with Mercury retrograde it's brilliant necessarily for paying for your trip or getting ready to go on the trip, but it's certainly wonderful for travelling, for planning that travel, and also could bring somebody from a foreign country, a foreign culture into your life. Now the big event this month, as well as that solar eclipse, is the fact that Venus goes into Capricorn on the 5th, Venus, it's wilting, on the 5th of the month into your 10th house. And Venus is going to stay there for 4 months until March 5th of next year. That's because we've got a Venus retrograde coming up in December, but more about that next month. But for you this month, from the 5th, with the Venus in the 10th, this bodes well for your career, for the people around you, in your workplace. It's also a very nice time for redecorating your workplace, bringing flowers in, making it more beautiful, doing something to make your work environment comfortable for you. Should be a time where you're able to get along with people in the workplace, and as well, it's also possible you might fall in love with somebody older than you, or have some kind of a love connection, or just a nice, good, well-being connection with somebody in the workplace. Now, we've got As I said, Mercury goes direct on the 10th of the month, so then it's all stations go. First 10 days I would be researching, I would also be relaxing a little. These planets all in your 8th house denote a very good time for any kind of psychological work, going deeply into anything connected with metaphysics and astrology, and a very good time for any kind of research, for getting information, for getting to the bottom of something. For understanding a mystery. Oh, and as well, Mercury retrograde, you might just find your keys or find something you've lost or something you've mislaid. You may just find it during the retrograde. All month we have Mars, your ruler, in your 6th house. So Aries, I think you're going to be very busy this month. You're going to be taking on lots of work here and there, moving around. It's important that you let off some steam. I will be doing some exercise. I will be doing something physical. Mars in your 6th house is really good for exercising, for starting a new regime as far as diet is concerned, and it's also a very good time to be helping people, to be helping out as a volunteer, maybe in a charity, or just donating maybe a little bit of your time, if you can, to helping others. And we have on the 17th of November the full moon in Taurus. So as I said, always with moon energy, we usually have 2 houses activated, and the full moon in your house of finance, your house of earned income. So very good time, Aries, to you may make a little extra money. It's also a good time for focusing on ways in which you can create some passive income. The moon tends to draw things to you rather than pushing out, because the Mars energy will enable you to push out in your work. Careful you don't ruffle people's feathers around you. It's a good time to be working alone rather than necessarily with a group of people, because you know your own ideas and you often work quickly and more efficiently on your own. And this moon, full moon in Taurus, it's really about turning your money over, looking at that financial situation again. Are there ways in which you can grow your financial situation? What is it you want to do? What are you dreaming about? What proper steps, with Saturn in that 8th house, no shortcuts, what tangible steps do you need to take to get more money coming in? Do you need to be promoting yourself better? Do you need to be writing about yourself with the Mercury retrograde? What is it? And for the first 10 days of the month, really be thinking about it. And then when this full moon, this comes along on the 17th of November, this is a time when you can focus on your own money and ways of making money. And with it being in Taurus, this should really be quite good for you financially. There should be some opportunity there. May only be a small one, but Aries, you're good. Just don't miss it if you're going too fast. Try and slow down a little bit. With so much emphasis on the fixed houses for you, you've got this impatience with your Uranus in your sign. Try to pace yourself and go a little bit slower, and this too will probably help you get some more ideas to get that financial situation really flowing again for you. On the 22nd of November, we have got the Sun moving into your 9th house. Great time for travel, great time for studying, anything connected with anything international, and a really good time for developing the spiritual side of you. Why are you here? What makes you happy? What makes you tick? This shines a light on this area. So really consider opening yourself up to some new beliefs, some new ways of looking at the world. So there you have it, Aries. Powerful aspects to do with your money and your finances. Your job, your work, you're going to be very busy. Enjoy a little bit of relaxation time in the home with Jupiter there, and really enjoy as well the Venus that's going to be in your 10th house for several months to come. Enjoy that and really know that you can create some very positive and harmonious relationships on the work and career front, as well as a possible love romance from somebody that you meet through work. So I wish you a great month. Thank you for subscribing, for commenting, for liking. I really, really appreciate it. Bye for now.